Hello. Waiting for you to tune in. Hello. You're the first. That's great. Hi, marriage. Hi, everybody. I missed you all. I haven't seen you in a week. You haven't seen me in a week still. I changed location today. Hello, Lori. I guess it was too cold in the other room. I think it's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna wait another minute. Too much. Hi, Angie. Ciao, Lisa. Today we're gonna have three amazing guests. Hi, Corey. We're gonna start with Sergio. Man, my man tequila. I think we're gonna start. Here we go. A very special drink ready. Yes, we did it.
Yes, we're live. How exciting.
Hi. How you
Hello.
doing? Hello.
Oh my God. I mean, it's 10 a.m. here in
I
Mexico. So,
know.
hi, everyone. Hi, Miriam.
You
It's,
just
it's
woke
really
up.
exciting. A little bit, yeah. I was going to say my coffee's right near next to me. So, that's important. Very important. Mi
It's very
café. So,
important. Yes.
salud.
Cheers. Well, in your just because I'm talking to you, I I have like a drink too. So I'm gonna cheer to your coffee.
You know what? Here's actually, there is a drink. Ah,
That's a
of course.
special
I'm
drink.
prepared. So,
Great.
you,
Cheers. Choo-choo.
so good. So good to see you.
Ah, so good to see you too. There we go.
Absolutely.
Just a little
I know.
sip.
Perfect way to start the day. I was going to say drink and then
Right?
see you.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it.
That's amazing. And it's 5 o'clock somewhere in Italy and in part of Europe. So whatever. I mean, I'm allowed to drink. So
Indeed. It is 5 o'clock in Italy. This is very true.
it is.
I
So
love it.
I would love for you to introduce yourself so everybody knows
Sure.
what you do and who you are.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. My name is Sergio Villarreal. I am a mixologist that works with different restaurants and brands in order to create different liquid executions, the design of drinks and events and experiences.
That's great. Basically, every cocktail and alcohol lovers dream human being or something like that. You just
It
like
is.
it's very interesting to me. Like whole that your word, it's very, very interesting to me. I don't know anything about mixing alcohol and things like that. This is literally whiskey and sparkling water, but I love it,
It's
so
beautiful.
it's fine.
No, and believe me, there is definitely the simplicity is always the best.
Great.
So the
I'm
way
happy
you're
you
looking
said
at
that.
it is absolutely perfect. Well
That's
done.
great. So we're talking with you and you're in Mexico?
Yes, I'm in Mexico. I'm in Monterrey, a little
Oh,
up north.
Monterrey. Okay.
Right.
So how's the situation there?
Well, we've basically been shutting everything down for the last about 5 or 6 weeks. I think it's been
Hmm.
closer to 6 weeks,
Hmm.
where we've basically decelerated most every thing that's not considered essential in the city. So of course we still are very thankful because we have medical services, we have
Hmm.
supermarkets, we have necessities that are all involved around food, which is
Yeah.
rather important. But
Hmm.
clearly, the social distancing is something that we've imposed very strictly. So
Yeah.
there is a great number of places that are definitely suffering, and
Yeah.
especially in terms of my line of work, restaurants, because everything's takeout and delivery, but it's not the same thing because clearly sales are way, way down, and it's been hurting
Yeah.
the industry as a whole.
Gosh. What what have you been doing during this quarantine? How did you manage to go on with your work and your business during this time?
Well, I think it's important because something that we've all been forced to do is to really reinvent ourselves and look
Hmm.
at what our brand is and our products are. and that's really at the core of everybody's profession. So for me, it's been more of a how to change your channel in
Mm-hmm.
terms of how to distribute better my work. So for me, it's been something that's been more involved as a personal brand as a mixologo
Mm-hmm.
to really connect better with brands. So I'm creating a lot more content these days. It's something
That's great.
about right. So we're recording videos and we're having lives with beautiful people like you
Mhm.
to
Thank
really
you.
spread the message
Mm-hmm.
and really make sure that people are a little more conscious and aware of how to better consume their products so as to definitely have a shift that's both a more consuming things are both local and national,
Oh
and
yeah.
b something that drives more of a purpose. And additionally, if you're feeling a little lazy, which is understandable
Mm-hmm.
these days, I'm actually also starting up a cocktail delivery service where every weekend I actually take cocktails which are based off a weekly menu straight to your
Wow.
door. So
Oh,
that's also
that'd
exciting.
be great. Oh, that's exciting. Are you doing that in Mexico or are you spreading like further? How do you do that?
Mexico, just Mexico, which is
Just Mexico.
amazing, and it
Uh-huh.
was a daunting task because it was
Mm-hmm.
basically took form over the course of 3 days, so it was really
Mm-hmm.
fast,
Oh wow.
but
Okay.
yeah, so it was logistics accelerated, but it's great, and I'm really thankful that there is still a way to get the message out there for me
Hmm.
to still be able to create, and more
Yeah.
importantly, which I think is really at the core of what I do, is to
Hmm.
continue to spread my message, and
Yes.
thankfully have more and more people always approaching the art of how to create and assemble a glass in a way
Yeah.
that expresses who I am in
Yeah.
a better way.
Mm. That's very important because I have, well, I'm here back home, still in quarantine. Actually, tomorrow will be my second month, like 2 months in quarantine. I'm gonna be
Oh,
celebrating somehow.
oh, we're
Um,
gonna celebrate. I will send you a
yeah.
recipe.
Oh, great, thank you. So a friend of mine who owns a business here, just a bar, a cute bar, he started doing like like I think a month ago what you've been doing, what with happy hour. So he was
Right.
like putting together like drinks and things like that. And I got so mad because there was a comment on Facebook and a person said, "Well, why should I buy that from you when I can go to the supermarket and buy those things and just make it myself?" And he
No.
was like, "Well, I wish you had a business like mine who has to survive during this moment. And
Yes.
I'm not, I mean, you're not giving the support I hope to have from the people I know and that comes to my place when it's open." So that's something that, I mean, I got really mad because it's so, I mean, it's hurtful. I mean, you're doing something funny and you can just deliver happy hour and you telling me like,
Mhm.
well, just gonna go to the supermarket and buy it and just go. I mean, I don't need people like you
No,
probably, but it's,
absolutely,
oh
absolutely.
God. So
It's
I'm happy that,
infuriating.
mhm.
Yeah. No, no, and it's so infuriating when people don't really understand or respect that right
Yeah,
now what we need above all
mm,
things is to keep a very positive and open mind, and we
yeah,
need to support each other.
yeah, yeah. Especially as you said, I'm really happy that you said the local part. I mean, just
Hmm.
buying local things.
Yes.
Even like let's say national is easier sometimes, because you cannot you can always find the products and things like that. But it's very, very, very important. So I'm glad that you found a way to keep your business going. That's really important.
I'm
That's
thankful. I'm
yeah.
grateful, and I'm blessed, and I
Hmm.
understand that it's a really rough and difficult course, and not
Yeah.
everybody has all the answers.
Hmm.
Sure, some days are better than others. That's
Sure.
understandable. But what I think is really important, and I appreciate your story right now with your friend,
Hmm.
whom
Hmm.
I don't even know who he is or she is, but we send them love
Thank
because
you.
clearly
You
they're
appreciate. Yeah.
they're restaurant warriors. And really, what
Mm.
we need right now is to understand that everybody's life passion is something that is always interconnected. So my work clearly is impacted by everybody else. And
Hmm.
when the service industry shuts down in all
Yeah.
countries and there are no more restaurants, there are no more bars, it's difficult to know how to cope. And really, there are
Yeah.
no clear answers. So I think the most important part here is that interconnection. So we really need to
Hmm.
question and understand how we all can work together more now than ever as
That's so
brands,
true.
as people, and not even as competitors, because most people
Yeah.
are always, very, very, very selfish or very
Mm.
commercially driven and they don't really want to open up to others.
Yeah.
And now is the time to do that. And one thing that I've learned in this
Mhm.
short time
Mhm.
is that definitely here in Mexico, I'm feeling so much of a sentiment that's amazing in that sense. So now everybody wants to collaborate with everyone else. And
Mhm.
sometimes whenever you see two restaurants that apparently were competitors, now
Mhm.
they're uniting forces. So they're sharing delivery
Oh,
services, they're sharing kitchens, they're understanding each other, they're listening.
that's
That's
great.
amazing. And that's the
Oh,
way it
that's
really should
amazing.
be.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
totally. And it was something that made me think when we talked the other day when you talked about the common sense that people should have. So it's like it's either in our actions and how we behave to take care of ourselves and others, but also like this sense of community that got stronger and stronger. And it's, I love it.
It
That's really
is.
great though.
I think it's a nice awakening. I mean, it's a really
Yeah.
great awakening that we've had in this wake, because it's very difficult to put into words. But I think I've seen it so much and just happen very
Hmm.
organically,
Yeah.
that that's really the most valuable part to me. It's not necessarily people preaching it, but they're
Hmm.
actually doing it, and they're
Yeah.
actually connecting, and they're opening up, and they're reaching out, and that to me is really the most human and amazing of responses that
Yeah.
I'm very surprised and I love to see
Yeah.
happen so much.
Yeah, I think like words are important. So sharing a positive message and like we try to do, it's important. But I
Hmm.
also think, and I told you before that I think that businessmen or like people that run a business like you are the real. You found the key of this moment to keep your business going and things like that. So you found a solution. So it's definitely something that we all have. I mean, we all can learn from whatever you did and the way you decided to reinvent and just change your business to keep going. So yeah, action
I'm
are
grateful.
important as words. So
Oh yeah,
we have to keep doing that indeed.
we do, and we also have to understand that the market itself has changed.
Hmm.
So
Oh
it's
yeah.
important for us to really just keep it going, and that think that's the most important part. We can't really assess this as something that's temporary. We need to
Mm,
understand that this is probably a very permanent change in
yeah.
some way. So the structures and how we operate and how we view and how we deliver products
Mm-mm.
also have to evolve. And
People are
this,
thirsty. They're
oh, me
thirsty.
too. Oh my God, yes. Everybody, hey, cheers.
Cheers
We
again.
need we
Uh,
need to we need to really just keep it going. We need to not
mhm.
be understated in our message. We need to just continue to drive and to understand and to really be quite respectful of
Yeah.
our audience and everybody that has really just sort of always been involved in us and believed
Mm-hmm.
in us and
Mm-hmm.
deposited their confidence in what we do and what create.
Yeah.
So this is something that's here to stay, and we need to understand that in a really strange way we should be very grateful for this moment and this opportunity,
Yeah.
because we need to really embrace it and
Mm-hmm.
understand that we can be so much more than what we thought we could be.
Yeah.
And that's really bringing it out on us.
Yeah. 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 I totally agree. And business wise, I think that whatever you added or the changes that you made are things that might not go away. I mean, you
Nope.
just from you had a start point, which is your business. And I think that these new things that that you had to do, they're just things that you probably keep going, that you will keep doing after this. So maybe the delivery and things like
Yes.
that. So I think that's yeah, no, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's
So
exciting. It's
I'm
exciting.
curious though, but what's in
Sure.
the cocktail? What's in the drink that you were drinking?
Oh, okay. Well, here it is. It's
Yeah,
beautiful. You know, this
it
is what
is.
I when the quarantine actually started, everybody started
Yeah.
joking around lovingly and
Hmm.
saying that we should create a quarantini.
Oh wow.
And this
Yes.
is your quarantini.
Oh
Now,
my
here's why.
gosh.
The
Hmm.
cool thing about the quarantini is that we need to feature all these different superfoods and agents that actually help in our immunity, because we need,
Hmm.
of course, a big reinforcement in vitamin C and everything else.
Hmm.
So, what quarantini is basically two parts, that's orange juice, fresh pressed orange juice, cold
I love
pressed
it.
orange,
Hmm.
and also two parts ginger. So, there's a lots
Oh
of
wow.
of power, and it's quite potent in here.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we leveled it out with a beautiful little orange sliver on top. So that, see that orange peel, it's beautiful. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, there's always a secret ingredient in here because, of course, it want to be a cocktail.
Oh,
And of course,
sure.
what better than to have our little mezcal? Because
Ah,
yes, Mexico is
yes.
always brilliant with mezcal, and I use
Mm-hmm.
my favorite, which is mezcal amores,
Mm-hmm.
and you can actually find that in Italy, by the way.
Okay,
And so
great.
mezcal amores is in here. So there's orange, there's ginger, there's a beautiful orange top. Everything's natural, cold pressed, and there's
Mm-hmm.
mezcal flowing through it. So there's wonderful smokiness in there.
I love it. You know, I will sound such a loser, but like I could drink margarita all the time, like literally
You
all the
should.
time.
Oh,
Yes.
you should. I will not stop you. Believe me, it's
Gosh,
perfect.
that's my favorite thing. And it's not that easy. I mean, I can drink that while eating. So I just drink that and eat. So when every time I'm out there, not there, but out there in LA visiting my boyfriend and his friends, I mean I drink that all the time. I'm not all the time, like I'm not sick, but I'm just I love it, and I usually drink a lot of. I mean, you can say strong drinks, but I mean it's just because I like the strong like flavors.
Of course.
So the other second of my favorite thing is fried chicken sandwich with a
Mm.
very delicious old fashioned. That's what I drink, and that's
I
what I
mean, you
eat
can't go wrong.
together.
I mean, you just hit up two really important notes. You talked
Hmm.
about fried chicken, which is amazing, and then you talked about the old fashioned, which is one of my
Hmm.
personal favorites.
Oh, great!
So
Yeah,
I am all for it, and I'm excited to hear that you have, of course, such a good palate.
thank
And
you.
absolutely, this is the time to really reevaluate and appreciate everything that comes from all this work. And I
Hmm.
guess that's something that again at this point in time we're all really realize to reappreciate or reevaluate,
Yeah.
because I mean there's so many hardline workers out there that
Oh
are
yeah.
sacrificing their health and their
Yeah.
well-being, so to ensure that we have amazing food and drinks at home,
That's
and
so
that
true.
we have all these amazing creations,
Hmm.
from our juices to our, I mean, we just mentioned it, to something as simple as fruit.
It's orange.
But
Yes, fruit.
if we didn't have everybody's commitment to
Hmm.
our well-being as a community and that sense of giving, we
Hmm.
wouldn't have any of this right now. And that to me is one of the most amazing lessons, where we really learn to treasure and value all of
Yeah,
this
that's
so
so
much,
true.
so
Yes.
much more.
Ah, I'm so glad I got to chit chat with you. That was lovely.
Likewise, likewise, and I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate this time and this
Hmm.
opportunity, because
Me too.
Fabrica to me has always been a second home and a place where
Oh,
all these cultures really are able to unite in a really,
yeah.
really valuable way with so much more purpose.
Yeah.
So absolutely, these are trying times, but these
Hmm.
are not desperate times. These are
Yeah.
times where we need to question things in a really wonderful way, and
Hmm.
we are able to really communicate in a much more human way, which is super valuable.
Yes.
And I know that in the end, we're going to come out much, much, much better people.
Yes. Yes, we will. We will be better
So,
human beings. So that's so
and
true.
better
I
drinks
hope
too.
that.
People with better
Hmm.
drinks too. So
That's so true.
never stop
Okay.
creating. If you're creating
No.
drinks at home, don't stop creating. Okay.
Yes. Thank you for chatting with me.
You're
And
so beautiful.
oh no, I have the last question.
Sure.
How would you call this virus? Do you have a name for it?
The what
The
would I call it?
coronavirus?
Oh my God. What would I call it?
Yeah, how would you call it?
You know what? I think it would be a cataclysm. To me, it's just been this detonator where we
Hmm.
are again really awakening to different things. So to me, it's a cataclysm, and
Hmm.
that's actually a really good thing, because change can be scary sometimes.
Hmm.
But you know what? We need to embrace it, and we need to just run at it, and we need to really prove to ourselves that we can definitely and we will come out on top, whether we're in
So true.
Mexico, whether we're in
Hmm.
Italy, or whether we
Hmm.
are in another place in the world, because
Hmm.
we're made for this and much more.
Thank you very much. That was perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go with another guest.
Salud.
So thank you,
Yes.
Chichin. Bye
Bring on your
bye.
mezcal, bring on the love, and
Thank you.
here's to many more.
Okay, to
Those.
many more. Bye bye.